Hello everyone, Danielle here. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I hope you're doing great. Welcome in folks who've been here before, folks who are new. Just happy to have you here. If you hear any background noise, they're doing some work on my building. Grateful to have it done. So, nothing to worry about this holiday weekend, but I'm really glad y'all are here. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're watching this on the replay, you are guaranteed just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, check out that description box below. It has all the days and times that I'm here, 5 times a week. If you are here live, go ahead over and click that live chat button. Make any requests for your healing that you might have. I'll be more than happy to select some crystals for you. The first half an hour to 40 minutes, I will be building a crystal grid by all of your requests. And at that point, I will briefly explain a little bit about Reiki, how it works, what you might experience, and what to expect. After that, I will turn the lights down, turn the music up, and send Reiki healing to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. And again, if you're watching this on the replay, know that you can skip ahead to the healing if that's what you're looking for. And again, so grateful to have you all. I know I'm in West Philly. This weekend is, I think it's Philly Pagan Pride. There's actually a couple of you that are going to be vending there that I see in the chat. So Jen, Korakar, just, you've met each other. But you'll both be there tomorrow. So I just thought I'd let y'all know. I'm going to go ahead over into the chat and see what we have to build today for our grid. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we're starting out with our copper spiral to go ahead and break up the energy, get it moving, get it flowing. Hey, future someone, great to see ya. Great to see ya. Oh, good, we've got some requests. Protection from other folks, love and joy, success, unity at Pagan Pride. Absolutely. Grace, hi Grace. Hello Richie. Hello Jennifer. Awesome, good to see you all. And let's see, protection, definitely. Love and joy, absolutely. Yep, let's do it. So yeah, go ahead. Anyone in the US, we have a holiday weekend coming up. It's our Labor Day weekend. So if anyone has any plans, feel free to chat away about that. Other than visiting you all at Pagan Pride tomorrow, I don't. Hey Vincent, good to see you. Here, let's start with some red tigerite. It's excellent for protection. And also for manifesting money in a hurry, in case anyone has that intention. But yeah, highly protective. Highly, highly protective. Anything from like mild bullying to like big deal stuff. It's also really, it tends to calm the itch to bully. So I like it for that. But yeah, red tiger eye is very, very highly protective. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. Yeah, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. Oh, if anyone hasn't noticed, I uploaded, I teased a surprise yesterday morning. Yesterday, I put up a tarot reading for all 12 astrological signs. So check those out. Be sure to watch through for your sun, moon, and rising. Ah, gotcha. Oh, good. Lots of good requests. Let's go ahead with... so many good requests. So we've got this. We'll bring in some Herkimer. Heart healing, brain fog, depression. We'll get some aqua aura in there. Herkimer is great for manifesting and relaxation. It's good for harmonizing discordant energies. We've been using it to help support our friend Greg with finding the best literary agent possible, but it also takes anything that you're manifesting and puts sort of a deeper intention on it, that whatever it is you're calling on will be most aligned with the greatest good for you and everyone else involved. So I absolutely love it for that. But yeah, it's a great calming stone too, especially when you have lots of energy that might feel differently. So I feel like that's a good one to help with things like pagan pride or any like big festival type energy. Aqua aura can be really helpful for things like depression. This is a clear quartz, but it's been treated with a modern process using metal, which gives it this sort of color. And while I'm still learning quite a bit about it, I'm finding it really helpful for things like depression. Of course, it's not the only thing that can help, and I still take my meds. It's all good. Do what you got to do, but all the things that can help sound great. Hello, Andrea. Welcome in. Hello, Holly. Welcome in. Go ahead and make any requests that you have. Oh, I love all the requests. Susan, welcome in. Oh my goodness, Susan seeing feathers. Okay, I'll get to everyone's requests, so let me start bringing them out. Love, joy, success, unity. Okay, we had a request for dumortierite from future someone. Yep, this is everything from grounding nervous energy to anything that seems hopeless as well, which I think is great. Patience. It's one of the stones that I've found helpful for things like anger, but that's dumortierite. Also, it helps us to be inclined towards tidiness. I'm gonna go ahead and bring a couple of those in. Yeah, let's start with 2 because we got a lot of requests. Joy, success. Labradorite, Moonstone, black tourmaline. Black tourmaline helps to keep negative energy at bay. It's very effective. I have been known to crush it up and sew it into curtains. South Philly tested and approved. Yep, absolutely works, so we'll bring that in. Moonstone helps with connecting to the lunar cycles as well as with intuition, higher wisdom and guidance, and just sort of the inner knowingness of cycles. It's also one that, if you're worried about timing, this can be really helpful as it just sort of connects you with the natural cycles of the earth. One that I truly, truly love for that, but divine feminine, and anytime you're working with moon cycles or anything having to do with the tides, Moonstone can be particularly helpful. So that can support a few of your requests. Heart healing brain bug. Gotcha. Labradorite helps to calm things like workplaces and environments. I feel like this can also help with the general vibe of Pagan Pride this weekend, but also It helps with things like clairvoyance and astral travel if that's what you're working with. It's another one that helps us to sleep if we are, for example, if we're so intuitive that our energy is high level and it's keeping us up at night and making it difficult to sleep. This can be a really grounding stone. Also very useful for things like studying, making sense of a lot of information. So it's like a perfect stone for someone who works in data science or anyone who's looking to find errors in lots and lots of detailed information. So there we go with Labradorite. And we've got Rainbow Moonstone. Let's do, I'm thinking, let's see, there's so many things we can do for like brain fog. Yeah, let's go with, I feel like Prehnite wants to come in. Prehnite is going to be something that helps stop a wandering mind, and it can help focus the mind as well. It also facilitates spiritual teaching. A lot of you are intending on intuition, so this is incredibly helpful for connecting in things like lucid dreaming, anything where you're trying to divine, whether it's card reading, meditation, anything like that. But it's wonderful for all of those, as well as if you're looking to assert some healthier boundaries and find it difficult to turn down unfair demands, this can be a really helpful stone for that as well. But yeah, it's a deeply spiritual stone. If you're looking to learn anything spiritual, or teach it for that matter, Prehnite's helpful. I had some huge pieces of Prehnite. I have a few behind me for when I teach here. If you want to learn more about my online Reiki classes, there's info in the description. But yeah, I find it really helpful when I'm teaching. It helps to facilitate that, but also when I'm studying. So yeah. Oh, good to hear that your mom is doing better, Korakar. I love that all of you are just like always checking in on each other. Let's see, Rainbow Moonstone 2. Okay. Rainbow Moonstone, Smoky Quartz. So, Moonstone, Labradorite, and Rainbow Moonstone are all pretty closely related, but they're, no pun intended, different facets on a very similar theme. This is also very connected with divine feminine, the higher chakras, and connecting with our intuition, particularly for things like mediumship and channeling, but also great for things like reading cards, delivering messages to someone. This is, as I was working on the tarot readings for all 12 signs, I actually had these here, Rainbow Moonstone, set up in a little grid to the side for myself, as well as some sapphire to support it, and Prehnite as well. So yeah, absolutely love it. One that can help support that creative yet deeply spiritual process of taking the messages and making them easily understandable. Absolutely love Rainbow Moonstone. Smoky Quartz is another one that's great for protection and moving energy blocks, so it goes along well with copper. This is one that helps to transmute energy. So, little piece of thread. I keep all of the crystals in cotton bags. It's the same cotton bags you would get if you bought crystals at my crystal shop. I mail them out in them. I find that Smoky Quartz helps to actually change the energy, where black tourmaline is great at just keeping energy that's not yours where it needs to be and not on you. Smoky quartz can absolutely help to transform that energy. So it's wonderful for cleaning the energy of your home, especially on a regular basis. So smoky quartz, excellent. Oh, Susan, thank you. I'm glad that you saw those. Yeah, it was fun to record those. It was so fun to record the tarot readings for each of the 12 signs. I'm going to do that every month. I had such a blast. It was a lot of work, and all of it I loved doing. I actually started bonding with a deck I bought years ago and didn't resonate with me at the time, and now I'm so glad that I have it. The Fountain Tarot. Have any of you worked with it? Okay, there we go. Smoky quartz. Okay. For helping with the brain fog, for Grace, I really feel like my mind keeps coming back to Rutilated quartz. This helps us to sort of regenerate our energy after being sick, injured. I know Susan's going through it, Greg's going through it, and of course Grace. This is also wonderful for mental clarity and balancing, just balancing body and mind. So the rutils here are thought to direct the energy exactly where it needs to go. And for that reason, it's actually seen by many to help direct like medications to where treatment wants to go. When I first started my practice on Jewelers Row many years ago, my Reiki practice, the jewelers there were all about Rutilated quartz. This is one that they would recommend if anyone had cancer, with the intention that the rutils would help send the treatments that you were getting, chemo and radiation, to where it needed to go. And I always thought that was a really, really incredible way of thinking about it. But yeah, it's an incredible all-purpose stone. If you work with healing energy, if you do Reiki, if you're looking to just start building your crystal collection, this is a great one. It does so much. But I hope that this helps your brain fog, hon. Let me know how you're doing. And let's see. And I promise I will get everybody's requests. We've got bloodstone, hematite, sodalite, azurite. In fact, while I get azurite, we haven't worked with that here before. Everybody that's here, let me know how you work with azurite. I've got the azurite here. It's literally azure blue. Very close in the ground to things like copper, chrysocolla, as well as malachite. I actually had a specimen at one time that was azurite and chrysocolla together. So yeah, let me know in the chat, what do you use azurite for? Oh, you love the deck I use for Scorpio? I think that was the Fountain Tarot. I used the Fountain Tarot and the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. Sodalite, hematite, bloodstone. Bloodstone is sort of the emotional stuff hits the fan stone here. It helps to heal the heart in a deep, deep way in terms of the emotions, while also satiating and supporting the root chakra. So for earth-shattering change, like the kind of emotional stuff that hits you so hard you feel like the rug got pulled out from under you, absolutely bloodstone. Also really great for things like self-doubt, and it's thought to help calm the mind while meditating too. So I'll bring in some bloodstone. Okay. Sodalite, excellent for communication, especially right now we're in Mercury retrograde. We can take all the help we can get with actually getting our message across. And so sodalite really supports the throat chakra in expressing. And expressing is not just a vocal communication as far as like talking. It can also be music. It can also be performance. Any way that you're looking to express yourself, sodalite can help. So let's do, I'm going to put that here and here. Absolutely. And hematite. Hello, heart. Hope you got my message. Hematite is intensely grounding. This is a stone that was sacred in Greece, and I don't know for sure ancient Greece, but definitely more recent modern, like, and I'm saying more recent modern, like still before the United States existed. But I believe ancient Greece too. This was seen to help clear the blood. And it is a very heavy stone. I often use it for grounding. In fact, this is a hematite I have since I was a very little girl. I was like maybe 6 or 7 when I got this. So little me would be so stoked to know that I got to use that to help people heal now. I would be so happy. And I'm very happy right now that all of you are here, but little Danielle would have just done backflips. Oh, great. Okay, love hematite. So, okay. Azurite, bloodstone, hematite. Moving forward, letting go of the past, finding contentment. So Jen, as I was reading what you posted about moving forward, letting go, and finding contentment, this stone just like jumped right into my brain. So it's right here. This is lepidolite or lithium mica, literally lithium, like on the periodic table, and that's used in mental health medication. Absolutely not with direct water infusions for this. I don't do direct water infusions with any stone, but particularly with this. Lepidolite helps to lift the mood as well as to help us to see some patterns, letting go of older things. Also for, I did see a request in here, Holly, about clarity on deepening a particular romantic relationship, like what to do kind of thing. Lepidolite is a stone that I often use when it's like, should I stay or should I go kind of energy. This can be really helpful with that. It helps us feel secure and calm enough where we're able to kind of make those decisions well. These particular specimens also happen to have amazonite in them. So yeah, it's really interesting. And amazonite is another really helpful stone in so many ways. It's one that I often use with caregivers. It reminds us to take care of ourselves. It gives us a lot of self-respect type energy. Also really great with like calming in general and anything neurological or having to do with the nerves of the body. So yeah, really great stone. So let's bring that in for Jen, and let's bring it in for Holly. Actually, let's do this. I'll bring in, so we can see the sodalite. There we go. Fantastic. Intuition in general, protection and guidance. Protection, definitely black tourmaline, smoky quartz, and the red tiger eye. Lots of requests around intuition. So I'm going to bring in two different stones about that. One for Susan, because you requested help with angelic connections. And I'm going to bring in Sapphire because it is the most potent intuitive connector that I know of. This is actually how it forms underground. This is raw blue sapphire. So this is a stone that activates the upper energy centers as well as every part of us that's intuitive. It can be somewhat grounding, so you do want to use it alongside grounding stones like black tourmaline, like hematite. But yeah, it can absolutely help us to, in a great way, broaden our connection with all of the intuitive aspects that we might have, whether you're clairaudient, clairaudient, clairsentient. This helps on all of those levels. But like I said, it's great for things like mediumship as well. But like I said, it can be very ungrounding. So definitely work with some grounding stones if you're prone to that. So blue sapphire. And for connecting with our angels and our angel guides, I have Angelite, and that's in support of Susan and all of us requesting support from help with the angels, or help connecting with our angels, or even just in general intuition. Angelite is exactly as it sounds. We use celestite here a lot, and celestite is basically an early form of Angelite. And when I say early form, I mean it transforms into Angelite over time. This is the difference between Angelite tumbled and Angelite raw. I love raw stones. I love the feeling of them. I like that they use less energy, leave less waste, and you can see the natural form of the stone. But I mean, when is a stone bad? But yeah, Angelite absolutely supports our connection to our angels, understanding them, setting an intention for connecting with them. Absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and put that with Lepidolite. I feel like the energy just feels right for that. Yeah, I hope that helps. Sunstone. You also use, okay, so let's see what everybody uses azurite for. I was so curious to see what everybody else uses for. Jennifer Vatsa uses it for psychic abilities. Korakar uses it with sunstone, amber, citrine, and garnet for seasonal affective disorder. That is really cool. Future Someone uses azurite for psychic abilities, dream work, to see solutions to issues, and memory. Korakar also uses azurite with lapis to support psychic vision, intuition, and remembering dreams. That sounds cool. And lapis, let's go ahead and toss some of that in, not only for what Korakar mentioned, but also because we've been using it quite a bit. It's great for honesty and integrity. It's good for vertigo and anything having to do with the ears, which we don't get too often a request, but it's also great for inflammation. And so I know Susan's been struggling with that. Calming reflux, absolutely, we can help that. So here is some lapis to help our azurite with the intuitive stuff, but also to bring in, as Korakar uses it, for psychic vision, intuition, and remembering our dreams. That's really cool. Yeah, I always used it for intuitive stuff too. Like, I find it to be a really powerful intuitive stone. Yeah, we'll put those there. Actually, let's see. Calming digestion for reflux. Black obsidian is great for things like reflux. But I also want to bring in some Mookaite for that. I just felt to bring it in. Black obsidian is extremely protective and also helps us to process grief in a very meaningful way, particularly if it's an unfair grief. Like when someone dies in a very tragic circumstance, or because of someone else's negligence or even willful harm, this can help process grief on that level. This is a volcanic glass, believe it or not. It's very lightweight, and as I even see it under these bright lights, I can kind of see through it. But yeah, black obsidian is also fantastic for calming digestion and just sort of slowing it down, allowing us to eliminate things without really disturbing the stomach and intestinal linings quite as much. So we'll bring that in. And Mookaite can be very helpful for things like calming the digestion, but also for decision making. So this can definitely help with I know there was a request from Holly about whether or not to continue the romantic relationship. This can help with that decision, and also fantastic for helping us accept change. So that's Mookaite, which also goes by the name Australia Jasper. So let's put that here. There we go. Okay. And let's see what else can help. I know what I want to bring in, so I'm going to bring in one more stone, and then we're going to get into the voting and the explaining what Reiki is, but there's definitely a stone I want to bring in. Anytime I'm working with intuitive energy, especially if I'm looking for specific answers, blue kyanite, one of the things it can do is help us to understand the messages that come through. But it's one of those stones that has many, many things that it helps us with. It's also great for things like nerve care, especially things like memory, mobility, and speech. But it's also fantastic for radical acceptance, accepting yourself exactly as you are, no ifs, ands, or buts. So if you're struggling with things like body acceptance, if you're LGBTQIA, specifically if you are surrounded by folks close to you that, or conditioning in childhood that makes you kind of not want to accept who you are or feel uncomfortable about yourself or shame in any way, this can be a great stone to help process that. So we'll bring it through with the intention that it help us to understand the intuitive messages that we're getting. Fantastic. Yep, I think I got everything. Yep. Oh, good stuff. Okay. So now I'm going to pick a couple of stones, and you all are going to vote on them, because it's always a surprise. And from there, we will... Oh, great. I'm so glad. Hey, Brindley, good to see you too. Glad to hear that, Susan. Really glad to hear that. You knew I was going to add blue kyanite. We are always simpatico. Me and you, future someone. We are always like right in step. Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and... Brindley, Citrine, if you're not too late, you got it. And then I'm going to pick a couple of stones and y'all can vote. Okay, so where did I put the citrine? Here it be, right where it's supposed to be. Citrine, excellent for, speaking of intuition, excellent for balancing logic and intuition, and also great for manifesting finances and really just resources in general. That's why this didn't quite fit. Let's do dropping stuff, butterfingers in the crystal grid. Can't have that. Let's go ahead and sprinkle some here, on the floor. So there's our citrine. And already people are voting. Cool. And you're so welcome, Brindley. Ooh. Man, I'm a butterfingers today. Okay. So give me a moment to think about it, and I'll give you some ideas here. All right, so here's your options. Since we have so many of you vending at Pagan Pride tomorrow in Clark Park in West Philly, not far from me, a little bit more citrine, a citrine point. Like I said, citrine helps to balance the logic and the intuition, helps you understand where the information's coming from, which can be hard to suss out especially when you're first opening up. And the other is a rutilated quartz point that was gifted to me by a student and a graduate. And rutilated quartz we already have here, but why not add a little more? This is balancing to send energy exactly where it needs to go. It helps us to regenerate our energy, and it also is assistive in just sort of getting stuck energy to move. I know we have both of these crystals out, but these just both jumped into my hand, so I figured I would bring them out. This one, like I said, was gifted by a student, and this particular piece is just super, super strong, as much as it is small, at moving energy, recycling energy, transmuting energy. Really, really potent one at that. So rutilated or citrine. Yeah, I kind of know how this is going to go. So I'm going to briefly explain what Reiki is for those who are new to the concept, and then we'll get into the healing. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, I'm Danielle Stimpson. Welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's so great to have you here. If you want to learn more about me, my Community Distance Reiki, and everything else I do, like online Reiki classes, social media, the Discord, the Crystal Shop, all that info is in the description. along with info about the musician who created our music. So Reiki, the style that I work with, Reiki has become more or less a general catch-all term for energy work, but there are many different styles and practices of working with working with different energies. The style that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and this method was created in early 1920s Japan, and it was created to take the energy work practices that have existed forever in Japan and exist in every household, and kind of hone them a bit for folks who really wanted to work with it in a more targeted way to help bring peace, balance, and help promote enlightenment, help support one another in terms of physical, mental, and emotional health. These principles in Usui's method are based in Japan at that time, which very much in Japanese culture, you always have the foundation in Shintoism, which is the indigenous spirituality of Japan. And as such, it's understood that everything has a soul, everything has energy. And some of those different energies that connect and flow through this particular specific one, Reiki, which translates close to spiritually guided life energy, flows through everyone and everything, and it is one of the ways in which we are all interconnected. This particular energy is one that our body has flowing through it right now and every day. It's what our body, mind, and spirit use to help bring about a greater sense of balance, inner peace, and healing. Essentially, what I'll be doing is connecting with this energy that you already have flowing through you right now, and I'll be directing more of it to you. Because all of us are interconnected anyway, all of us are in touch with this Reiki energy to begin with, it doesn't matter where you are in relation to me in terms of time or distance. So whether you're watching this on the replay, hello from the past, or you're many miles or oceans away, the energy will still connect to you to support your greatest healing good, whatever that might be at this time. Your body, mind, and spirit already know how to work with this energy and does it all the time. Just like we're mostly made of water but don't really think of it, we drink water, we don't have to think about all of the different processes it supports within the body. Body just sort of does the work. Reiki has a similar equivalent. As you experience this session at home, I would encourage you just to relax as much as you can. It's fine if you can't relax. Get into as physically comfortable a position as possible, whether that's sitting up, lying down, or moving around. Feel free to bend, stretch, move, and do anything that feels right. You can connect this time with your yoga practice, with journaling, but if you are inclined to just sort of take my recommendation, it would be just to sort of close your eyes and see how the Reiki shows up. You may feel it in your body. You may experience it in terms of emotions. You may get intuitive clarity, or your own inner knowingness and subconscious may be able to speak up. And you may just sort of take a nice, helpful, relaxing snooze. Whatever the case is for you, just enjoy it. You don't have to keep your mind quiet, and you don't have to focus on anything. So if your mind starts to wander and you're not sure if it's helpful info or if this is just like, your mind babbling, take a deep breath in and out. Also works if you get distracted or there's a loud noise or something. Just take that breath in and out, and if the same things keep coming up, let them come up. See what they have to share. As I send, which I will send for 25 minutes, I will turn the music up and I will turn the lights down. The lights will gently and slowly move through several different colors, but at no point will they be strobing or flashing. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here. It is Friday. We started at 4 p.m. East Coast time. I'll be back 8 p.m. this evening and 8 p.m. again on Sunday. Definitely subscribe with the notifications on if you want to know when I pop up with extra streams based around astrology, and world events. So thanks for being here, and let's get back into the healing. So awesome. Oh, cool. Let's see what's going on here. Oh yeah, we can absolutely add your daughter into the Reiki session today. Yeah, of course I know your vote. Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh, Brindley, that's lovely. Korakar, that's lovely too. I love this group. I love being here. I love how all of you are so supportive of each other. By the way, the answer to the vote is both. It always is both. So here's some citrine and the rutilated quartz. Everybody getting nice and cozy. We are going to go ahead and have ourselves some Reiki. And we are going to go until about 15 minutes after the top of the hour if you're here live. So like I said, for the next 25 minutes. Enjoy your session. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you in 25 when I will reopen the chat for all of your questions, comments, all that good stuff. All right, enjoy. invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly allow yourself to come back to the space that you're in. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, please go ahead and use the chat. I know I feel better, and I hope you do too. Oh, good to see you, W. Glad you're here. And yes, Heart, tomorrow. I hope all of you have a beautiful weekend ahead. Whether you're traveling or staying close. You're so welcome, Jen. Oh, Brindley, you feel lighter. Not quite like floating, but coasting in content. You're so welcome, Heart, and everyone. So glad to have had you here. You're so welcome, Vincent. Oh, good call, Korakar. I will email that to you right after I get off from this. Thank you. I'll be back again tonight at 8 p.m. East Coast US time and Sunday at the same time. And of course, I always pop in around different astrological movements and world events. So if you are not subscribed with notifications already, you might want to. And definitely check out the September tarot readings that I uploaded for all 12 signs. Check out your sun, moon, and rising if you know them all. Definitely helps you to make the most of this month. And everyone, thank you so much for being so supportive of Heart and her daughter. Appreciate you all so, so much. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring the stream to a close here with an abundance of gratitude for all of you. Thank you all so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will see you soon, hopefully. Bye for now.